Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the makeup look and hair look that I created for you all today. I feel like I do this every autumn, but I just love this look. So if you want to see how I created it, then just keep on watching. So to start things off, I'm going to go in with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm in Sensitive, and you only need a tiny amount of this and rub it in until it's tacky on the skin. Then next I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder Illuminating Cream. We were told you only need one pump, and one pump is definitely enough with this product. And finally I'm going to use the Benefit Porefessional just in areas in the centre of my face that I feel like I need it. For my foundation today, I used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 6.5 and used my AYU foundation brush. I'm really not sure how I feel about this foundation. I'm not a huge fan of it. I kind of pick it up every now and then to see if I like it or not, but I'm not a fan. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light Warm. And yes, I realise this is ridiculously light compared to my foundation, but I feel like it looks grand once it's all kind of blended in. So I use a damp beauty blender to blend this in. And I apply this underneath my eyes, center of my face, on my chin, and I kind of use it to contour the corners of my lips and underneath my cheekbone as well. Then to set all of the areas that I applied the concealer, I used the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light and my Real Techniques setting brush, I think it is. The reason why I use this is because it just keeps these areas nice and bright, and it provides a tiny amount of coverage as well for under the eyes, which I really like. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder with a Zoeva large face brush. This is just a translucent powder to set any face. If you wanted to give yourself more coverage, you could use a powder foundation, but I'm actually going to use a dark coloured powder foundation, which is the Urban Decay Dark Warm one, and I'm using this as my bronzer instead with another Zoeva brush, and I apply it just on the sides of my forehead, in my kind of temple area, underneath my cheekbone, underneath my jawbone, the usual kind of areas. Moving on to blush, I'm actually using a Penneys Makeup Range blush palette, and I'm using the two colours that I'm showing here with another Zoeva cheek brush and just applying these on the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm going back into the Laura Mercier translucent powder with my damp beauty blender, and basically what I do is I kind of use this to carve out my cheekbone, so it's kind of like reverse contouring almost. So instead of using extra dark contour underneath your cheekbone, you kind of use a lighter color to enhance your contour that's there. And I also use it to bake in my T-zone area too. So I leave this on while I'm doing my highlight. I'm using the Fenty Beauty highlighter. This is moving too fast for me, Jesus. So I'm going to wet my brush first with a setting spray and then apply the highlighter so it's a bit more intense. Then at this stage I have a lot of powder on my face and my face is looking very matte, so I always go in with a setting spray and let it dry in so it kind of brings my skin back to life. And then I move on to brows, so I'm using the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder in the shade 3. Always brush through your brows beforehand, and I'm using the Anastasia number 12 brush. But for the beginning of my brows, I'm using the Inglot 13P brush with the lighter shade, and then through the rest of my brows, I'm using the Anastasia angled brush with the darker shade. Then after I finish filling in my brows, I go in with the Benefit Ready Set Brow Setting Gel. This is just a clear brow gel to keep your eyebrows in place for the day. And then after that's dried in, I go in with the Precisely My Brow in the shade 4 and just fill in any kind of stubborn areas of my brows that need more definition. Then moving on to eyes, I'm using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I'm using the matte cream shade all over my eye first to kind of act as a base. Then after that, I'm using the Bobbi brown eyeshadow in the shade Camel, and I'm using a MAC 224 brush to apply this into the crease of my eye, and I'm just blending this really well. Then using a smaller brush, I'm applying the same eyeshadow just on my lower lash line, so really close to the waterline. Then next I'm taking my Zoeva Luxe Petite Crease brush. This is slightly smaller, so it will give a bit more precision. So I'm picking up the burgundy colour from the Huda Beauty palette and applying this colour directly into the crease. And I'm not going to blend it up as high as I did the Camel shade. So this, like I said, just goes directly into the crease, and you can build it up to your desired intensity. Next, I'm taking a brown eyeliner. I'm using the Stubborn Brown one from MAC. You can use a black one or any colour that you prefer. MAC Burgundy Lip Pencil would also look really nice with this eye look. And by the way, I was told that you can use that lip liner in your eye, but just be careful if you are using it. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I have not worn liquid eyeliner in I don't know how long, probably over a year, and I remember why. It took me about 20 minutes, like 20 minutes. Anyway, for my mascara, I'm using the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara. You can use any mascara for this part because I did pop on false eyelashes, and the ones I used were the Ardell Wispy Lashes, which I applied off camera. Going back into the eyeshadow palette, I'm picking up the dark brown with the burgundy colour mixed together on a fluffy brush and just applying these two shades into the crease of my eye, just because I felt like it needed a bit more intensity, and then topping up the eyeliner in my waterline, and then also curling my lashes with the false lashes so they kind of blend better. Moving on to lips, finally, I'm using the MAC Burgundy Lip Pencil. I love this shade, and obviously I'm just lining my lips with this. And last but not least, I'm using the Estee Lauder Victoria Beckham lipstick. This is in the shade Black Cassis, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it is such an amazing burgundy colour, and it's so comfortable on the lips as well, and really intensely pigmented, so I really love this. And I went back in with the burgundy lip pencil just to kind of define it a little bit more. And then finally, just to clean up the corners or the edges of this dark lip, I'm using a flat top brush with a bit of foundation or concealer just to make it really sharp so it looks really perfect. And then obviously just spraying my face with a bit of MAC Fix Plus, and then we're going to get started on the hair. So I already have my extensions clipped in, and as always I'm wearing the Foxy Locks Deluxe Seamless Clip-ins, and my shade is the shade Latte Blonde. I have washed mine with purple shampoo, so they are slightly ashier than usual, just bear that in mind. But I highly recommend the Foxy Locks extensions. They are by far the best. I love the seamless clips just because you can see here when I'm doing the style in my hair, you cannot notice any of the clips, and that's because they lay flat in your head, so they're undetectable. And obviously the quality of them is brilliant, and they have a huge shade range, so definitely check them out. I'll leave their website linked in the description box down below, and also a little code for you guys, so definitely check that out. So for the actual hairstyle, it's really simple. As you can see, I just brushed my hair and I'm doing a French plait now, or French braid if you're American. And I stopped the plait just at the nape of my neck. I seen this on Pinterest, and basically that's how I tried to recreate it, because I am not good at hair, so I need simple looks like this. If I can do this, anyone can do it. Honestly, it's very easy. I wasn't happy with my French plait that I did on camera, so I did do it again. That's why it looks a little bit different now when I start to put the bobbin in. But basically just tie it up at the nape of your neck, and then when you do so, you grab a little bit of hair from underneath and then wrap it around the bobbin so you can't see the bobbin anymore. That bit you don't have to do. I just like the way it looks. I think it looks a bit more finished. Then moving on to the front of my hair, I'm taking my GHD curl tong. I'll leave the exact one that I'm using in the description box, and I'm basically just throwing a few curls into the front of my hair. After I did this first one, I thought it looked mental, but actually I really liked how it looked at the end. So I think the curlier the better, because it makes it look like kind of sits into your hair better. I don't know. I'm probably butchering my hairstyle, but to me it looks good. So I'm just throwing a few of these in. They take really, really quick to do because the GHD heats up really hot, and I put a few into my actual ponytail as well, just because it was looking a little bit too straight, but you can keep it all straight if you like. It's completely up to you. And this is the finished hair and makeup look. The makeup is a little bit on the dramatic side, but you can take from it what you like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you're not already. And thanks for watching. Bye!